Hey, hey, are you here? Is it working? You never know when you have to use Facebook and they're streaming stuff. So is it working? We shall see. Let's see. How are you guys doing? I was just live doing my let's see. I think I better check. I was just live doing my cards and all my stations. And now today, I'd really like to trance channel with you guys, show you some ways that I do some trance channeling. So let's see. Am I showing up? It says happening now. Oh yeah, there I am. I'm live. So comment so I can see that you're here. Hi, Michelle. Okay, great. I'm here. Okay, good. So this is like a whole new way to do things now. Oh, and it's April. Hi, April. Okay, so what I thought I'd do today is do some trance channeling for you guys, talk a little bit about trance channeling and how it works. So the topic today is trance channeling, healing and messages with the Divine Masters deck. I was just trance channeling. Let's see. I was just trance channeling from my own deck, which I actually put back on the shelf behind me. Not that you could tell. It's there by the gnome. So I thought that, hi again. I thought it might be fun to use this deck. This is like one of my favorite decks right now to use in sessions, to pull a card to bring a message forward for people. And I use Divine Masters. And this is, of course, what I teach in my Accelerated Channeling Mastery program. Like not only how to channel your spirit guides, but then how to channel all kinds of beings of light, how to channel your partner guide, et cetera, but also how to eventually like bring in any kind of guide that you want to trance. So I'm going to show you that I can do that. So that'll be fun. And if you guys have questions, we can ask them. So I'm just going to randomly pick one. I'm going to shuffle. And you see me. I'm not cheating, I promise. Hi, Lisa. So we'll see who wants to come forward for a message for the collective. I'd love to. Oh, we got a jumper. Oh, how exciting. It's the one on the cover. You know, it's always a good sign when you pick the card that's on the cover, right? The Lemurians. Okay, so let's see what we got here. Clairvoyance activated. Psychic awareness, sensitivity, trust your intuition. So let's see. Yeah, let's learn something, huh, April? Okay. I'm very thirsty after getting so many readings. Okay, so all right, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to use this card, and I'm just going to call for it. Now, this is pretty generic. You know, sometimes it's easier, like, you know, like it'll be like a certain person. But this time, it's just Lemurian. So in this case, I have to say, who is it? Who's stepping forward? What Lemurian is stepping forward? I'm hearing the word celestial teacher. So these are really cool Lemurian beings that we've connected to in tag before, these celestial teachers, which actually I think that she might be. Yeah, she is. Or he is, or whoever this is. Okay, so Tandovian is the name I'm getting. I better write that down before I forget it. Tandovian, the celestial teacher. Okay, and you know, in case you haven't heard me say it, which would be crazy, because I say it all the time, but welcome to my channel. But I truly believe that it's not just messages we need to bring through, or it's not just healing that we need to channel for our clients with Reiki or whatever, but that we need to do both, because we need that guidance and we need that healing. We need them both. And so that's what I love to do, is teach healers how to channel and teach channelers how to heal, how to bring that healing through. So I'm going to do both. All right. So Tenova, oh no, it's not Tenova. See, I would have forgotten. Tandovian. Hello, I am Tandovian, and I am a Lemurian celestial teacher. What does this mean? I see that you don't all know what this is. We are the teachers in the Lemurian times. We are helpers who guided the Lemurians, the people, to work in higher dimensional realms, higher than Lemuria was, to work in this space, to learn more, to create more knowledge for the golden era. So as you are here as channels and healers and bringing forth more knowledge from the celestial plane or from your higher self or from your guides and helpers, as you bring down this information, then you are spreading this information on earth. And you see this on social media. You see this everywhere. All where you look, you will see that people are bringing forth information. And actually your job is just discern that information. Is that information for me? Is that channel bringing information for me today? Or is this not for me? Is that channel giving me the yes feeling? Do I feel this is a yes for me? For that's always very important. And of course, there are false channels as well, who maybe were once not false and now are, or perhaps always were. It is a very tricky time in the 3D. And so in that same way, we helped others learn, although not exactly in the same way, as they weren't channeling. We were before them, but we are not so much of Lemuria, but a visitor, a transplant to Lemuria ourselves in the time. And we helped those who wished for more knowledge to receive it. And so it was a little bit different. And yes, there was channeling involved, but not through us. We were teaching the ability to reach higher dimensional realms, 7th and 8th dimension, sometimes 10th, 11th, 12th, depending on what the learning was and who it was and what their path was, their soul path in future lives and other places. For in the golden years, you were there, especially in Atlantis, possibly in Lemuria or other golden years, golden ages, golden eras on Earth and other places where you were learning to bring forth more, to help more people in consecutive lives. And so now you are here on this earth and pulling from past lives where you brought through information and connecting that to this life and bringing more information, blending it, if you will, swirling it, and bringing it into this earth to help others. Yes? And so that's what we are. We are the celestial teachers. We bring information from the celestial realm and sometimes from other realms as well. And I feel that there might be questions. Do you have questions for me? You may ask this channel and I will answer. First, I'd like to bring a healing as the medium wishes. And so my healing for you is to help you find more knowledge by connecting deeper with your own guides. Woo! That was fun. Hi, everybody. Lisa, Jessica, April, Michelle, both. I see two Michelles. Oh, one Michelle. And Tracy, Catherine. Do you have a question for him that I can ask? If not, I'll pick another card. But that was fun. That's a good one. April says, if you were not Lemurian, then what are your origins? Let's see. I am Arcturian, is how you would categorize me in the life that I had in Lemuria. I came from Arcturus. And actually, we would call ourselves something else, but that is not known here. And so I will use the term Arcturian, for we came from Arcturus. However, now I speak to you not from that life, for that was long ago, but from spirit. And so knowing that difference is, of course, something this medium has been trying to bring out a lot and asks me to do. When you are incarnate, you are incarnate as a star seed being or a type of being where you are vibrating at a certain density. And when you are in spirit, you are not. You are more of your higher self or your soul spirit. And so there were several of us from Arcturus, and there were others as well, Andromedans and others. We did not all come from the same place, but we did work together before we came to Lemuria. We studied and prepared ourselves in a place beyond time, in a capsule, a meeting, and we worked on how we would present ourselves and help those in Lemuria at this time. And we went through the Akashic records to decide who we were to work with and to know more about them before we came. And we still visit from spirit these charges, many who are on earth now. These are our old Lemurian friends. And some of us, yes, did go on to teach many philosophers and what you would call ascended masters, great leaders on your earth. We taught them as well after Lemuria was gone, for we lived a very long time on earth years. Missionaries. Yeah, you know what, April? So this word missionaries is funny because I want to share this with you. Oh, hi, Kimberly. Yeah, I'm just channeling. So this is really cool. The word missionaries is really cool because I'm writing this book. I'm just writing a chapter in this book called The Beings. It's a bunch of psychics, and we're all or channels or people who have met ETs in some capacity and bring their messages through. And I'm writing a chapter, and it's on the Blue Avians, should be out in June, I think. And it's funny that you say missionaries, because mine was about the CE5 experience I had where I talked to this Blue Avian named Donnell, and he gave me this message, and I was writing about it, and then I had to bring more, through. And anyway, it's a long story. Actually, I'm getting off track. But the main thing is he had always said, he came to me and he said, you are an emissionary for the Blue Avians. And I never questioned the word emissionary, missionary. And it wasn't until I wrote this chapter that I realized that wasn't a real word in the English dictionary. And I had to be like, what does this mean? And so my Blue Avian Alpar was like, yeah, this is a different word. It's emissionary. This is a new word for your planet. And it means that you are like an ambassador or a representative through the ethers. And so I thought, oh, okay, that was cool. Oh, thank you, Kimberly. So here's a new word for you guys that the Blue Avians gave me. Does anyone have another question for Tandovian, or should I pick another card? Let's pick another card and see who wants to come through, and you guys can ask questions. Okay, so that's what I'm doing today, showing you guys how this can be done, and you bring forth a being from anywhere. That's what I teach in my mastery program, and so it should be like, hey, I want to talk to people about abundance. Who's coming forth for abundance? Or hi, I want to talk to like Tandanovian, the celestial Lemurian teacher, you know, whatever it is that you want to bring forth, that you can do that. So that's what I teach. This is good questions. Oh, the word just came to me, but like I like ours better. Combination emissionary and missionary. Yeah, right? It's cool. Okay. And I was just glad to share that with you guys. Okay, so let's see who I pick. Promise I'm not cheating. Okay, who is it? This is hilarious. I got the Atlanteans. So this deck is full of people. Do you guys have this deck? It's just people. And I just keep pulling the ones that aren't people. And it's Lemurians and Atlanteans, which is hilarious because I have been coming on here recently a lot talking about Atlantis, because that was our last month in Tag Lightworkers that we were working on Atlantean knowledge. Was it last month? And now I picked the Lemurians, which is kind of related. That's funny. Okay, so I got the Atlanteans. Let's see what they have to say. So now again, I can't just use the person on the card. Like if I picked Mary Magdalene, then I would just bring forth Mary Magdalene, right? Now I have to bring in a random person. So how do I do it? I say, okay, Atlanteans, who's coming forward to speak from the Atlantis era? I'm getting a crystal mermaid, so that's fun. Ooh, I love crystal mermaids. Okay, crystal mermaid. Oh, I should say Atlantean crystal mermaid. Atlantean crystal mermaid. Should not give me a name. She says she's speaking for the collective. There's not that many mermaids, crystal mermaids. Okay. Atlantean crystal mermaid speaking for the collective. Here we go. Yeah, this is a great technique. April, you've tried this technique before. We did it in class a long time ago. And I've seen you do it. You picked beings that you wanted to bring through, and you brought them through. A whale once. That's one of my favorites. Okay. All right. So let's see what she has to say. And I would say that it's significant what's on the card. So let's read the card. It is evolution, vibration, legacy, technology, progress, expect acceleration. Well, if that's not happening, then nothing is. I mean, come on. Lately, it's been insane, right? Expect evolution, expect expansion, expect ascension. Are you not convinced yet? Because it is happening. It is happening everywhere. And whether it looks wonderful or terrible, you can see that the 3D Earth is in a large state of flux where things are changing quite rapidly, and you feel the change yourself. And this is not always positive, especially lately. The density level is high, and I'm sure you are feeling the pinch or the highlight of what it is that you need to release. For always there is a reason for all that comes through, and it is always to highlight what needs to be released, or what needs to be learned, or what needs to be practiced to be better, to have a better grip on perhaps a law of attraction or other, or manifesting, or belief, self-belief, belief and trust, and those who help you in this life, and more. So the crystal mermaids, we do watch over the great crystals of Atlantis. It is our job. And these are coming closer to be known by you. For in Ascension, this information is available to all. And it is a stage of Ascension where we release the information from these crystals to all those who wish to receive. And it is an available download for everyone, for each one when we get there. We have not begun that yet, but it is in the next 2 years we begin to start. And always, always, when speaking of the future, it is in flux depending on the choices made, on the way that you all are going forward, which doesn't matter. It doesn't matter how long or how short it takes. I know you prefer short to be at ascension faster, and yet there's much to transverse in this third dimension. You have lately many solar flares, many storms, many tragedies, and many personal tragedies as well. And it is a difficult time, but we do wish to tell you that it won't always be this way. And so that's our message to you. And yes, you were all in Atlantis, and I knew many of you. And I speak to you from spirit. Although I am Fae, I have an eternal life, and it is more spirit than incarnation at the level in which I vibrate at this time. I was more incarnate in Atlantis, and now we are more in spirit. And thank you for listening, as our message has been received. Okay. Oh, hi, Vina. All the things. Hi, Ashley. Oh, okay. Love all of it. Yeah, Atlantis is so interesting, isn't it? Well, that was cool. Oh, 222. 1222. Okay, well, that was fun. Well, I hope you guys enjoyed that. I think, yeah, no coincidence. So funny that these are the two cards I pulled. I wanted to show you how I could just be like, hey, we're going to bring forth Oris, but that's okay. Maybe next time. So I think next week's podcast is, I think it's on, I'm trancing Alpar BM, who is my Blue Avian partner guide. Trance him a lot. And so I don't know what next week's 5D Live will be, but it will probably be trancing Alpar, right? He has more to say, Alpar BM. I tranced him Monday and put the whole trance channel word for word into that book chapter in the Beings book that I'm going to be a part of. You'll be seeing all the stuff for that soon. So I'm glad you guys liked it. Thank you. Oh, yay. Okay, well, thanks so much. Of course, if anyone is ever interested in learning to channel as a beginner or as advanced, I have several programs, obviously, so would love to help. And of course, Tag Lightworkers is great for all advanced or beginners. It has a beginner section, and you get advanced very fast because we work with all kinds of beings every month, and there's so much we're adding to it, and there's more channeling practice now. Of course, so much to open your clairs. This month with the Quilts, we're working on clairaudience, which I think is my favorite clair. What do you guys think? What's your favorite clair? I like clairaudience because you don't have to translate, oh, I'm seeing this. And what that means to me is this. And no, they just tell you, they just tell you the thing. And you're like, okay. And I think that's makes it easy. I like to live in the easy world, right? Do you guys know that book, Choosing Easy World? Well, thanks so much, and I'll see you next week. And tune into my podcast if you can. I hope that you're enjoying it. It's a lot of work, but I love doing it. It's 5D channels and chats. It's on it's everywhere, but if you can't find it, you can go to the podcast link on my site, and there'll be all the little buttons, and you can press that button and then save it wherever you watch podcasts. Okay, so thank you all so much, and have a great day. Okay, I don't know how to end here.